just hello, anyone who's there. I'm now going to shuffle this. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's doing it for me.
What's it doing?
It just came live on the screen. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. Hope everyone's having a lovely Sunday. Off screen, I have been going ballistic into town with a cauliflower in preparation. We've got loads to do. It's going to be exciting. I've been looking forward to this all week. This really tiring, nearly 80-hour week where I feel I've barely even seen my lovely wife. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. Who is as tired as I am and has had a week off and has spent the entirety of it fighting off the common cold. Don't worry, we're not infectious. We're nowhere near.
I mean, the common cold is infectious.
Good point. Not with the deadly.
Don't call it. Don't.
Sorry.
Hysteria.
Hang on. No, not. Wouldn't it be funny if the mass hysteria about this started because of my Twitch channel with nobody watching?
Yeah. My Twitch started worldwide panic after referring to the coronavirus as deadly.
Then has to go on and apologise, saying I'm not a doctor. Well, this is a good start. I know I said we had a lot to do, but starting mass hysteria wasn't part of the plan. And to be honest, until we... God, there's something wrong with the angle today. I don't know what it is.
Do you want me to look?
Yeah, just look. You see what you think.
Always.
Sorry. Coffee.
Also, the feet on this stool have gone all funny, and it's really annoying. Oh yeah, that's not good.
No.
You need it.
I got the light the wrong way.
No, you need it more over.
Over that way.
Yeah, like yeah.
This is professional stuff, ladies and gentlemen. How?
Yeah, that looks better to me.
That better?
What do you think?
Yeah, just.
Wait, what? Well, that was mine. What?
No, I don't like it as much today.
Well, you're gonna have to make do.
Yeah. Yeah, I might fiddle with it. Anyway, we'll crack on. Got lots of exciting stuff to do. We've got all sorts I've got planned. I've even written it down in a book so that I don't forget everything this time. This is professional. Okay. Hello, everybody. Let's try this again. Please don't fall over. Please stand upright. I know what I'm doing, I promise. This is a song while to set things up. That's better. Ish.
Okay.
Sort of. Let's just get going, because we've got lots to do. I've got to take a car to the garage. I have to wash this cauliflower, which means having fiddled with all the angles, I'm now walking over here anyway.
Well, no, you need to wash it once it's chopped up.
Okay, I'll do it that way around. So what have we got lined up? Well, we've been doing a load of stuff in the background, as you can see, including perfecting the camera angles in advance. Professional stuff indeed. We've got the laptop here so we can actually see anybody saying hello. But we are going to do all sorts. We've got a curry, we've got a chili, we've got some sauerkraut. We're going to see how that's getting along.
Excuse me. I need a knife.
You need a knife? Good start. I'm trying to get you to chop things and help me, and I'm not even giving you necessary implements to do it. I shall now shuffle off. Stage left.
Thank you. You can put the thing back in there.
Yes. Lovely.
You do want me to chop these, right?
Is that the courgette?
Yeah.
Yes, please. So we're also going to try a blind taste test. Ooh, I hear you say. We go not of the sauerkraut or the pickles, but to be honest, the pickles have changed.
I thought you were going to try them.
I am. We're going to get the sauerkraut out, and I think it needs a bit of a biffing. And also, I want to try the pickle because it might well be ready. And we'll just see how it's getting along. We'll just take one jar of it.
I feel like it's not going to be good.
I'll be honest, chat who's not here, you'll eventually see it's changed a funny old colour. Maybe that's because it's home done and not sort of commercial. But it doesn't, how shall I say this? It looks a little beige. Doesn't look like all the colour in the world has stayed in it.
Maybe you need like a troubleshooting information for pickling. Like,
For pickling, maybe. So let's give these a quick wash. And one of the very exciting things we're going to do, and I'm really looking forward to this, is we're going to start the process of making some gin. Not just because the weeks are so long that I'm now gravitating towards booze to get me through. To be honest, if I could come here and see the house more and see you more, it would be the perfect recipe. But nearly 80 hours this week, so it's been mostly on the train or at the office, instead of being able to come here and relax and fiddle and play in the kitchen and drink coffee. Oh, I've dropped some of your milk in mine.
oh.
Never mind. So, what were we going to start with in my book where I'd written things down? I think we need to get the curry going quickly because that's going to... But you're still chopping that, so I could start the chilli, couldn't I?
Wait, well, I mean, doesn't the curry start with warming up the slack paste and putting all the spices in? You don't need my veg for that.
That's true. Yeah, let's do that then.
And it's not really going to take me very long
To get cracking.
to get these done.
Yeah.
And it's not my fault. You didn't give me a knife.
No, it's true. I did not... I literally gave you no help whatsoever. Could you please chop these things? Certainly. Could you give me something to chop them with? Large deafening silence whilst I don't give you anything to chop them with. So, here we go, folks. Dead easy one to start with if anyone wants to follow along. We're making a homemade curry. Now, you can obviously get the base for a curry from a supermarket, but instead we have a blend, which I've done before we got started because it's noisy, because you've got the food processor. Combination of onions and chilli and ginger and garlic and all the lovely sorts of tastes and spices of India that you want in a curry. Our house smells delicious at the moment, and I have just remembered that Mrs. L rightly pointed out, open the window, because once it gets going, oh, come on, window, there we go, it can be quite a powerful smell. So, let's move what we don't need out of the way for a second. So what we're going to start with is a dead straightforward process of getting the slack paste browning. So I'm going to start with the pan getting nice and hot. In fact, I'm going to bravely try and tilt the camera around.
Do you want me to?
No, it's okay. I think I can manage. We have someone saying hello. Joe Walsh, hello. I'm a friend of Nosler. I am part of the Beanvolution. I've helped me out to a daily dose of Heinz baked beans. We haven't had any beans today, but I promise you, Joe, if we did, there would be Heinz. Don't worry. We're there with the beans. I hope you're having a good Sunday afternoon, whatever it is you're doing, wherever you are. Where you're joining us, we're about to make curry. So I'm going to tilt this around so that we can see. I'm going to move the chilli prep out the way as well. So if I just step off to the left for a second. Sorry if this judders a bit, but here we go. So starting off with just straightforward pan, get your oil heating up nice and quickly. As high a power as you can manage. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with slack paste that we've already prepared there. You can ignore the charging cable. It's nothing to do with the fact that I forgot to charge the phone. And then once that has spluttered and boiled down, we're moving on to putting in some of the lovely spices. We've got cumin, fennel, cinnamon, turmeric, garam masala, and that will all become the base of our vegetarian curry. We've gone vegetarian this week rather than chicken. No particular reason. Just felt like it. So there we go. Right, let's see if I can with perhaps some fiddling, can I give you a close-up of the cooking? How are we doing over there, love?
Vegetables done.
Hey, vegetables are done. Lovely. Thank you very much.
Here whenever you want them.
Marvellous, thank you. Stay still, camera. I'm going to give everybody travel sickness at this rate. Ha! Is this working? No, almost certainly. Never mind. Please stay still. Right. Okay. So we've got oil heated up quite nicely. Pan needs to be ultra hot for this bit because otherwise the slack paste will just let the water run out. So in we go. Hey. I like that our chat so far includes people that want the bean revolution. I like it. The bean revolution. It is great. So, having had the camera done properly, let's get a bit of a close-up. So, here we are. Get it nicely into the oil. We want that to get to a nice caramelised brown. It might take a little while, so we'll just there. Maybe turn up the temperature just a little bit. Lovely. And so, actually, because we're well ahead with the prep, there's not a lot to do actually at the moment. We've just got to let that brown just a little bit. So, get it nice and close. There we go. That's good. So as I say, I hope everyone is having an excellent week. I'm hopeful that next week will be a bit quieter than the last one. It might mean we can get on here just a little bit more. And one reason especially I'll come to when we're talking about making the gin, which I'm very excited about. It's a gift from my best man, a fabulous man who I'm hoping will be convinced to come and join me live streaming some computer games, he and I. He's also a very busy man, so I'm not gonna hold him to anything. I will guilt trip him though if he doesn't. But part of that recipe requires periodic resting for 48 hours at a time, so I might leap on during the week just to do bits and pieces. Oh, what's that then? Got bits on you.
Oh, white.
White bits?
Yeah, from under the breakfast one.
Oh, I need to give it a clean. What type of... Yeah, absolutely right, Joe. It's Indian curry. Just an Indian vegetable curry. We're just, rather than buying the sauce ourselves, we're making it from scratch. Combination of onion and garlic and chilli, and I think that's about it. Yeah, I've not put the food bag in a great place. So yeah, then it's literally, we're going to build it from the ground up, let it simmer down, and it's just going to be vegetables. So we're going to have cauliflower and pepper and some courgette in there, some more onion as well. But again, with the very nice blend of spices there in the background, which I really can't wait to have. So I'm going to just put this down, because I need two hands for a second. Sorry about the Twitch inception, because you can see I've got the laptop up just so that I can see people saying hello, like you, Joe. I'm now giving you a jaunty angle. I didn't really want that either, but never mind. So here we go. Now I've left that too long. Come on, don't stick to the pan. That's starting to colour nicely. Yeah, it's good. Good. Might need a spot more oil though, because I think that's taken up quite a bit. There we are. So in we go with the first half of the spices. So that there, if anyone wants to follow along, get this right, that was fennel, cumin, and a stick of cinnamon. Do I know what region of India? I'm rather partial to Northern Indian food. Do you know, I've no idea actually what region of India. I could find out, Joe. I'll find out when I've got a minute. And I'll tell you what I'll do is, because I put this stuff all up on Instagram, when I put up a picture of the curry, I'll say whether or not it's from, possibly, maybe you can tell us, you're partial to Northern India, what does it sound like if you've got just a straight up vegetarian curry? It's sort of, I'm not quite sure because it is quite a basic one, but do you know? Do you have any knowledge you can glean? You should guess. We're amateurs here, just having fun, and you'll probably gather from the amount of times the camera falls over, very limited professionalism. So there we go. That's going to just splutter a bit nicely. After that, we need a tin of the chopped tomatoes. Gosh, we need stock. Well prepared. Hang on. Chicken stock.
I can do this stuff if you want.
You've got some.
Do you want it to be chicken stock rather than veg?
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, let's do veg. Sorry, for anyone following along, I said chicken there just because normally the recipe calls for chicken to go in it, but we don't need it. We can just go with the vegetarian stuff.
You can do.
No, it makes perfect sense, that. Ooh, I've left it over the heat. That's hot. That's very hot. Right. That's doing very nicely, so let's also turn that down a bit. There we go. So once your tomato is going in there, and yeah, it's not really cheating. We've used tinned tomato. You can obviously make your own tomato paste, and maybe we will sometime, but not 250 ml if I remember right. So there we go. That's your turmeric in, your garam masala, and then we want that all in there. Slowly reducing down, and then we'll put the stock on it and the veg. Although to be honest, we could probably get the veg in sooner because it'll take a while to cook down anyway. There we are. So get that nicely mixed in. Doesn't looks sort of a bit. Some could call it brown. I think it looks particularly vivid. I rather like it. And the smell in the kitchen is. How do you describe it, love? I'll go for the wood. Oh, smelly. Awesome, I think. Right, you can never go wrong as well with a spot of the old salt and pepper. Right, what do we think, Joe? North Indian curries tend to contain garam masala, unlike southern, which tends not to. So I would guess northern, but I'm not an expert. Don't worry, Joe. We are not experts either, but it does have garam masala. So let's say on the balance of all likelihood that this is northern. A northern Indian vegetable curry based on very little empirical evidence. I'm sure you're right though. Why the love of northern Indian cuisine, Joe? Is that travelling, or is that just a fondness for the cuisine you can get where you are? Wherever it is you are, of course. Are you in the UK? Are you elsewhere? Are you in Europe? In America? Have another sip of coffee, I think. Thank you very much. Although speaking of experts, we were just watching Gordon Ramsay trying to manage the hot wings challenge on YouTube, which is quite frankly hilarious. Big hard Scotsman reduced to tears and sweet treats, just trying not to absolutely be beaten by every single spice there is known to man. I have to thank my brother and his wonderful wife for introducing us to that last night as they cooked us pizzas, and we sat back and were basically at our leisure with our lovely nieces. Lovely way to spend a Saturday. So here we are. Sauce is now combined with the stock. veggies in. Lots and lots of lovely veggies. So, there we go. Now, aside from making sure that's nicely coated, we're then just going to turn that to a low heat and let it simmer, boil, bubble. I'll be honest, I think I picked the wrong implement for this. It's too wibbly.
It's too what?
Too wibbly. I've not got enough. Don't know why I picked this one actually.
Yeah, I don't. That it's a really annoying.
That's a.
Thing to
Maybe
do.
I shouldn't even keep that one. Let's just. I'm indeed a lover of the UK, hence my love of Heinz baked beans, of course. Indian food always your favourite. All of my favourite Indian dishes are northern, so that is your reference point. Good reference point then. Now let's go with let's go with your knowledge and your gut. It's got garam masala, so that's probably what we're looking at. And hopefully, with someone watching with a love of Indian cuisine, this meets up to your standards. So we're just going to give that a coating. But the last time we put something on and managed to get a close-up, we were told that it looked like the proverbial. Maybe that was what they were trolling, maybe. But, never mind. Mr. Matty, if you're there, hello, and, welcome back. Good-natured ribbing is always welcome. So there we go. I'm going to get a lid on that, and that can just bubble away whilst we're getting on with other things. Turn that down. In fact, I might move that to the back burner completely, and then got more space. There we go. So knock that off. Take that over to the back, and that will just gently steam. Ow! Whoop. Sorry, Joe. I'm giving you travel sickness at this rate. Keep the cables away from hot things. That's also a good idea. Professional stuff, this, as ever. Let's just see if I can rectify the situation. At the moment, I'm just showing you washing up. So, what we're multitasking at the moment. So, I've got some marvellous chopping going on in the background in preparation of some of the meals for the week.
You've definitely forgotten what it is I'm preparing.
You're doing the soup, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see? As if I'd forget. Yeah! Sorry, that was slightly triumphal where it needn't be. Sorry. Sorry about this, anyone who's watching as well. I'm just trying to... I have a loose cable and I don't want it getting near the heat, because otherwise we're going to have problems. Oh, dear me. That should be alright. Although I've somewhat messed with the camera angle, but never mind. Never mind, we'll crack on. Let's get some of this out of the way. That's going in the dishwasher. God bless whoever invented the dishwasher. I'm not quite sure what we were doing when we didn't have one.
Washing up.
What, washing up? Thank you. If I will say something that is resoundingly obvious, I shall be called out. And rightly so. Right, that's the curry done. What's next on the list? What should we do next? What do you think, love?
I don't know, don't you have a list? Tell me what to do next.
I've got a list. Let's have a look. We have chili. We have got oats, quinoa, trying the pickles, burping the sauerkraut, blind test tasting, and we've got starting the gin.
I don't know,
What do you think? Got Joe, you're watching. Take your pick if you say it quickly enough. What do you want? You want to start with the gin, a blind taste, some sauerkraut, some pickles, some chili? What do you fancy? Yeah, slight improvisation. Chili! Marvellous. You happen to pick exactly the next thing in the list as well, which is excellent. So we're going in exactly the right way. So what we need for... In fact, one of the things we need for this, and this is again quintessential my efforts here, is I forgot to put a key ingredient into the curry. There was chopped onions to go with, so I've just launched them in very quickly on top. So our homemade chili is...
Wait, you should probably preface it by saying it's not a chili at all.
Yeah, it's our version of a chili. It's what we like. Basically, we stripped away most of the ingredients, and it's local beef from our local butcher, because we live out in the countryside. So we go and get it once a week, and then we mix that with basically.
It's essentially meat and gravy.
It is basically meat and gravy. And because there is a time lapse on the Twitch stream, I realise, with my apologies, I nearly showed Builder's Bottom again. Second time since we started doing this. So maybe I need a black apron.
You've got an apron.
I've got an apron, but it's very mucky. Suppose the answer is clean it rather than get a new one.
Well, it was cleaned, so.
I then made it mucky. Quick stir of the curry, and I'll stop messing around. And we'll get chilli on the go. Right, so let's start with the easy bit. We've got our base of some onion. I cooked slow cooked chilli 2 days ago. I shall be judging you greatly. Well, that doesn't make me nervous at all, Joe. But there we are. So shall do my best to honour your slow cooked chilli. What went in your chilli whilst I'm getting the base for this ready? Which is just, you won't need to know this, of course, it's oil, just to get started. Get a base of the onions going. Oh, meat would be good. What we put in ours is very simple and great indeed. So we've got paprika, salt, pepper, onion, bit of chilli, spot of the old gravy.
Kidney beans.
Oh, kidney beans. Oh, geez, the kidney beans. Yeah. Honestly, we'd only have half a meal if it was me cooking. You remember most of the ingredients. So let's throw them in. Just start slowly. In fact, most of the prep's done. I can probably move the camera back again. Get a base going. Some straightforward onion seasoning. Just start that slowly going. Let's move this camera focus. Let's come back over here. There we are. It might be slightly different because it's quite a high pan, but we'll do our best. So there we go. Oops, a daisy. Go. Sorry, Joe. The tripod that I'm using for this is a little wibbly today. It's just seems to want to do its own thing. There we go. Right. So, turned up slightly. A little bit of a base going on. Let's get some. Oh, I know that. There we go. Try and buy as much organic as we can. Try and be waste free. So just a quick wash of these kidney beans. uncomplicated recipe, this one. How you doing, Adam? Handy. Some nice colour on that. Keep that going for a while longer. Turn down the curry as that's boiling fairly furiously. Let's start by layering in paprika. You know, once I nearly did this, love, and put cinnamon in.
Maybe bring the cinnamon over here as well. Never mind, I'll do it.
Alright, grounds. There we are. Starting to get a nice bit of colour. Nice waft of paprika. That's a nice looking recipe, Joe. Beef, onions, celery, beans, or naturally beans, Heinz I will assume. Garlic, pepper, nice, yeah, very nice. Spring onions, paprika, yeah, good. Ancho chili flakes, nice. And then jalapenos, or coriander wouldn't sit well with, not a fan of coriander myself, but I get where it belongs in a chili. If that's your thing. Parsley, salt and pepper, very nice. Well, we're not far off your recipe then, Joe. As we see here with a bout of steam, here's our curry. Bubbling away nicely. Whoa! And you get a free steam facial whilst you're at it. And there we are. Let's drop that down. Now let's do a little swap and get the beef in. So I'm going to just whip this out completely and swap it in for our ground beef. Let's get the actual oven. Lovely, lovely. So you get to be right part of the action. You're almost in the pan itself. Many of them out as we go. Set to one side. Another little drizzle of oil. And then lots of beef. Big hearty beef. Yeah. Yeah, one of the nice things, and possibly longer things about getting it local, is it's quite thick and chunky meat this, so I'm going to have to give it a good pounding just to really break it down. Phrasing indeed. Hey, get that out of the way. And then we've got some daisy. There you go, Joe. Action shot. Action roll. we are. Get that fixed. Sorry about that, you're on a bit of a stand here. To reciprocate the question, what made you decide to stream? Other than the hopes of meeting Bean Boys. Honestly, it's just, we spend so much time in the kitchen. I like cooking. I really like cooking with my wife being here. It's always fun. It's far more fun. I did one of these on my own whilst she was having a nap. It wasn't nearly as fun. I just have fun doing stuff with my wife, basically. And I just thought, why not? It is absolute amateur hour, as you probably guessed from the, the cameras falling over and the tripod's not working, but we both got very long weeks in our chosen profession. I just like spending our time doing what we like doing. I like playing computer games too, and we're hoping to have some games start to intersperse the cooking, but I haven't got a computer right now. We'll do some gaming together as well, balance out some of the cooking, and just basically make a quiet and relaxed corner of the internet where we can have fun and chat and meet nice people like yourselves who also like baked beans, so. Who doesn't? Well, whoever doesn't like Heinz baked beans, I think they probably need help. Or they're not from the UK. Apparently it's not a thing outside the UK, Oh, you're right. Onions. Oh dear, we've got onion eye doom happening in the corner.
Do you have any onions for the soup?
No, it's the one I forgot about.
Okay.
Sorry. So, keep giving this a bit of a knock back. And whilst it's being knocked back, we'll start layering in some more paprika. Bit more salt and pepper.
I've come to check the mixing it up enough.
I've got backup is here to make sure that I'm mixing the meat well enough.
And to get away from them.
And to escape. Do you want to swap? Do you want to come and beat the meat, and I'll go and chop the onions? Phrasing. Hey. Right. To be honest, I'm still midway through the process, so it does need more beating if you want to give it a good thump.
Stop saying beat.
So, whoops.
I'll go back.
Going back. Right, I'm going to have to put the camera further away because it really is just falling over a lot. So, sorry about that. So I'll just stick you there though. Unless you want to become part of the beef. You become one with the chili. So start getting rid of any of the really large chunks to this. Let that cook for a bit longer. How are we doing on the white curry? Whew. Let me get the kidney beans in. Professional stuff. All you can see is the side of a pot and a spoon. Television for the 21st century. It's great. I think that's looking much better now. What do you think? Right, we're doing a quick swap. Say hello to Mrs. Owl. Mrs. Owl's going to have a bit of a smack of the.
Stop!
All right, she's going to make the meat in smaller quantities. So, as soon as you add the word meat to anything, it just opens up to a world of problems.
Why have you?
You've done it. Oh, I went to go and help, and you've done it. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. I'm even late to helping. No good. Not good. Just going to poke the... I swear I'm not trying to drop in suggestive wording. Cooking is a lot of suggestive wording in it. It just happens.
You've turned into the male Nigella Lawson.
And male Nigella Lawson. But that maybe would attract people.
Would it?
I don't know.
think
Actually that's... I think that might be done.
Wait, is the cauliflower done there? Because that's the thing that's going
The
to
cauliflower is knifed through butter.
Well, yeah, because you're using a sharp knife.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
What if you use a blunt knife? Are you moving it to...
No, I'm moving the... I realised the cable was a little close to the curry. Nozza and I, before phoning last week, I indeed was there for that stream. Oh, right. Oh, sorry, Joe, I didn't know. Thank you for the suggestions. Yeah, we're going to look at them once the computer comes in. We're going to... My brother is helping us a great deal to put that together. He's a smart chap. He was searching for fellow bean connoisseurs. Folk out of England know of the beans, but do not like them. Outrageous. I know. It's like they've not been educated in the Queen's English/baked bean law. Although, as you were saying last week, for some reason, at some point, I was giving us Branston for some reason when we were...
You were.
I don't know why. I can't remember what the reason was.
You preferred Branston.
Did I really?
Yes.
Am I a convert and have I forgotten?
It was like the darkest period of my life.
Is there...
Beans, they're just so thick and horrible. Like, I don't understand why anyone eats Branston beans.
I'm astonished. I genuinely don't remember that, and I'm slightly outraged at myself.
Seriously, Branston.
What kind of husband was I that I was giving you Branston?
Well, you weren't my
beans?
husband then. So.
I wasn't. That's true. I've upped my game. There you go. You see, I've improved. You know,
thanks to me.
Thanks to thanks to you. Yeah, there's no question of that. Second cup of coffee.
Right, I think...
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, that's good.
Right, so, Joe, I appreciate it's just you and you know exactly how to make a chilli, but just in case there's anyone out there quietly watching, basically the chunks of meat we had were massive, but by knocking it down to that size, it gives a nicer consistency for what we're about to do. So, don't worry about that one. It's fine. So, in go our paprika, sweated and caramelised onions. Let's get our we can probably put this on. In go our kidney beans. Not Heinz baked beans, sorry Joe, I know we all love them, but they don't belong in this recipe. So give them a mix in.
48 grams, right?
48 grams, yes. Not of kidney beans, oats. We're making another thing in the background. And so let's knock that in, and now we don't remember to boil the kettle. No, I didn't. Whoops. Boil that quickly, because then we want 2 stock cubes. Oh, Al, if you are a Branston bean subversive, we will be least impressed. I have no reason to doubt what is being said to me. I just can't remember it. I cannot remember it, but it must be so. My memory's appalling. No idea what could have led me down such a dark and treacherous path. All I can say is I am here now, in the light of wisdom and knowledge, and clearly the right side of the fence. But I do like the fact I've had someone already use the word subversive. That shows a nice level of intellect for what we do. Right. So here we go. This has only been slowed down because yours truly is a pillock who forgot to put the kettle on. I don't know. The wrong sorts of beans and Can't even offer you a cup of tea. The curry's done, obviously. So at least we can get these in. Right. One of these days I think I'll make a stock from scratch, but for now, why, if you're working 80 hours a week, would you not grab some pre-made stock pots and make your life just a little bit easier? Go. There we are. Little top up there. Give that a nice. I don't want it too watery, so I'm just going to stir in the stock and bring it to just to a simmer. Joe says, I'm glad your wife has bequeathed such bountiful bean wisdom upon you. Not just about the beans, Joe, if I'm honest. Wisdom on all fronts. So there we are. I'm going to tilt that slightly so there we can see we've got a nice sort of stock, beef stock base. I'm just going to give that a few minutes with the lid on. And then, save for thickening it up slightly, that's us done. Right, 2 down. Flying along. Let's do a little bit of a tidy up for what comes next. So Joe, what does the week have in store for you then? Or is it a case of rather not think about it just yet?
Oh, we still got mutton.
We still got mutton. Oh yeah, we do. Oh, that's it. Yes, we made a mutton curry this week. Rather nice, actually.
Not a mutton curry.
Casserole. Thank you. The wrong thing. Right, I'm going to make. Alright, we're going to go away from the cooking for a second. Turn you around there. And welcome back. Because now we have a big bottle of vodka and an explanation of what I'm going to do with it. I'm not going to get absolutely sloshed on stream to start with. That would be a bad plan. But this is an exciting extra little project that's going along with our preserving, which we're doing at the moment. It was a gift from my best man for Christmas. We're going to try and make our own gin.
Is it 120 mils of liquid?
120 ml of the almond milk, yeah. Now, again, my wonderful wife bequeathing much knowledge upon me and the reminder to read the damn recipe because I was about to go at this half cock. So what do we need to start with? Pour the vodka into a jar. Well, we have our vodka. And behind us we have our sterilised jar. Where did I put it?
Yeah.
There. So we've got one sterilised jar. Once cleaned with soapy water, pop it in the oven just to make sure it's properly sanitised. And let's see.
Can you reach the chia seeds?
I can reach the chia seeds.
You haven't turned the curry off, right?
No, I have, it's done.
Is there a lot of liquid or is it okay?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Let's just see how much vodka we need.
70 cubic litres.
70 cubic litres.
Well, I don't know, CL.
70
Whatever
cent-
CL means.
That's 70 millilitres.
Huh?
That's 700 millilitres. And this is in fact a 70 centilitre bottle, so it's in fact saying pour this whole thing in.
No.
That seems like a lot, and to my best man, it's very good looking vodka. This, I feel a bit bad.
Is that 70 CL?
That's 70 CL of.
Well, that's what you need.
That's what I need. Well, to my best man, somewhere, you were far too generous, especially when a basic vodka would have done. I'm rather tempted to try some of this actually before.
Yeah, I feel like
I think I should.
Yeah, shot glass.
Yeah, pass me a shot. I've got to drive to the garage, which is 3 minutes around the corner, but I will have the tiniest taste of it. Oh, if I can get into it. Good grief. Only like every other week, monotony old friends. Sorry to hear that, Joe. It's sometimes the way, isn't it? And we all wish it was a little less monotonous now. And hopefully we can bring some cheer to your weeks then. Sizable week for me was sizable. It was, yes, just one of those where the hours just racked up, and sadly it meant not being able to share my time either here with the lovely Mrs. Owl or at home, just sort of from work to work to work, which is never really good. Now, so I'll tell you what this smells. I'm not much of a vodka connoisseur, but I'm going to tell you what this smells like. That's the best smelling vodka I've ever smelled.
Oh, let me smell.
That.
Yeah, it is, you know.
I really do feel bad about.
Yeah, no, because the recipe does say that you need not good vodka. Well, you know, basic vodka.
Maybe I should go and get some basic vodka.
No.
So Mrs. White,
Oh,
Mrs.
strong.
Alice, it's strong. Maybe I shouldn't drink this and get me out of that.
So just have
Just
like a little sip.
a tiny sip. Hang on, I'll even make it an even tinier sip. Hang on, just so I can describe what it tastes like. Hang on. Woo! Oh,
Is it powerful?
that is incredibly drinkable. Very strong.
It's 43%.
Oh, good grief. Whew. Whew, that'll put hairs on your chest. Good grief.
But tastier than your standard.
Oh, that's delightful. I think I'm going to have to owe my best man a bottle of this. I feel awful now, because if this doesn't go well,
Yeah.
I've wasted what may be an incredibly expensive bottle of vodka.
Can I look it up? I feel like I want to look it up.
Yeah, maybe
I
actually.
know that you shouldn't do that with gifts.
No. So I'm going to hang on before we pour this in, because it's. Whew, I'm not much of a vodka drinker, but I can tell that's good. I think whilst you're looking that up, I'm just.
Yeah.
Is it expensive?
You can get it from the Whiskey Exchange. The Whiskey Exchange is the first thing that comes up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's £28.
Actually, that's not
Well, I
that
guess-
expensive. That's
yeah.
for a bottle. All right, okay.
I guess it's. I mean, that size bottle of Smirnoff is gonna be.
Here we go.
Oh, okay.
And the tip from the chefs: make a centrifugal force, and it'll come out all the faster. Whew. That'll be a nice bottle to keep a good stopper.
Well, we don't need to put the stopper in there.
No.
We can keep the bottle.
So we'll keep the stopper.
Yeah. And
I'll wash the bottle.
I'll
Put that in the recycling.
buy a nice candle to put in.
Put a nice candle and we'll pop that in. So here we go. Starting with a lot of vodka. Wow. And smells powerful too. So the next thing that we're putting in is 10 grams of juniper berries. And then we leave to infuse for 48 hours. Now,
You'll have to set a reminder in your diary.
I am. Well, I'm going to come back on in 2 days' time to do the next stage, I think, is how I'm going to do it. Now, the gift I got I've actually got juniper berries in, but I'm going to use what this... Oops, a daisy. One juniper berry has escaped and is running away across the kitchen. Right. So... It recommends about 4 scoops. So let's, it comes with a little scoop, this is lovely. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So let's put all those ingredients away. Keep the kitchen tidy because we've got a lot going on. We don't want to create too much chaos.
It's too late for that.
Is it too? It's too late for that. Right, so we're going to seal that up. Nothing else to do with that for now. We're going to come back to this in 2 days. So, Joe, anyone else interested in seeing what's going on? Come back in 2 days' time, and we shall open it up and go through the next steps because we've got a lot of options we can do. We then put in our infusions of choice, and I think we've picked what we're going to go for. And it's going to be hibiscus and rose and a couple of other ingredients as well. I'm very much looking forward to that. But to my best man, as ever, you are a gentleman and a scholar, and we cannot wait to drink this with you when we see you again. But for now, let's put this somewhere to... In fact, let's swap this out with the next stage, which is the sauerkraut. So let's go on. Right, so here we are, our ongoing project. How we're getting on with this. Made some big improvements since you last saw it. We've got 2 well fermenting jars of sauerkraut. Now, if we were watching, I've never heard of the chap. Brad Leone, also a fan of pickling and fermenting. He's obviously doing far better than I am over in America. Actually had a jar explode in his face because he hadn't released the gases soon enough. So I'm going to ask, now being slightly paranoid, Mrs. Al to stand well away from me as I open this, because I don't want to spray glass in her general direction. Now or at indeed any other point, which would be a fairly ungentlemanly thing to do. So I'm just going to finish stirring the chilli, love, and then I suggest maybe taking just a couple of steps back. I shall inform Noah to be here. Excellent, super. I shall put all of this on, we'll put photos of this on Instagram as well, and because I've got a slightly lighter week, we may just come on just to do the next stage of the gin making process in 2 days' time. Just a quick 20 or 30 minutes or so, maybe it won't even be that really, 10-20 minutes, just leap on and say hello to folk, and then we'll be back again in another 48 hours after that to finish the process. And hopefully, if I'm not driving anywhere, we'll taste the finished product. And by the taste of the first lot, will be absolutely illegal to drive anywhere.
We'll have to make sure we're getting some tonic or something.
Get some tonic or some lemonade, and we'll tell you all that is. Now, in all seriousness, I'm actually going to put my body between myself and my wife at this point because I don't want anything blowing up. So here we go. Here goes the first one. See if we get the audible hiss. And I haven't been from this one, which is slightly worrying me. No, nothing. This one isn't hissing, and it's meant to because there's a build-up of gas. In fact,
you got the bubbles in it?
You see, I've got a few. I think this one needs pushing down. I was about to say a different... Oh, never mind. So this one, however, has been hissing. So I'm going to bring this as close to the microphone as I can. And hopefully it doesn't explode in my hand. There we go. And there we are. Now, we're also going to invest in learning process, as you can see, but without gloves to do this, it stains like fury, this stuff. So it's actually purple, not even red. So I'm going to get this off my hands quickly. Because we are, in fact, indeed, I'm going to have to soon wrap this up because I've got to take a car to the garage, but see bubbles are coming out of this one quite nicely. I'm just going to tap this, and then, in fact, I'm going to use my hand because this might stain the rolling pin. I think, love. What do you think?
Read the recipe. I don't know how to make sauerkraut.
Oh, there we go. There's lots of bubbles coming out of that. If I give that a push, I'm going to have to make sure I wash my hands thoroughly afterwards. Oy. And thankfully I had in fact just washed them, so this is sanitary. So we're going to just push that down. Try and get as much air as we can out. Try not to splash it anywhere because it does stain rather fiercely. Now this one I'm wondering about actually starting to decant it all into one because there's a lot in here, so in fact that is what we're going to do. I'll start to, because the original recipe, Joe, I appreciate you may not have seen it, and unfortunately I didn't realise that Twitch deletes your video, so I think this one's already gone because it was more than 14 days ago. But I got all the jars and measurements wrong, so it's all meant to fit in this one, but we're currently at the point where we've got two. And in fact, you know what, I'm going to be brave here. Hang on.
Wait, but isn't oxygen the enemy? So aren't you putting oxygen on all those things?
You have, yeah, but you have to open it to release the gas. But I'm going to try some.
Okay.
See? Oh, smells nice. Tastes good.
It tastes like sauerkraut.
It does. Do you want to try it?
I'm scared.
You're scared? Do you want to try just a little bit?
No, I'm scared.
You're scared? A little one? If I can get a little one?
You really want me to, don't you?
No, it's okay. I'm going to give it a bit longer before I think that's going to go well though, because I'm happy with the way that tasted. But we're going to give it as long as we possibly can, because we're also going on some travels in February, and they're going to leave it as late as I can, and then decant these all out. And if oxygen is the enemy, the next stage I need is some distilled water, also translate to boiled water.
I thought you put salt in it as well.
Yeah, so I'm going to put the lid on this for now, and then whilst off camera I'm going to top that up with some water that's boiled but cooled down. I'll put that away. With some salt in it. Used a different hand. So that's all going very well. I am emancipated not to see an exploding jar of sauerkraut. They seem to be rather active. Oh, good, yes. Well, I'm glad you think so. We've never done this before, and now I have a very purple hand. But it's going well so far, going well. We're going to escalate and move along to the likes of kimchi. I think the last thing we're going to do, now that we've done all of that, let's get the sauerkraut away, is we're actually going to take out one of our jars of pickle, try it, but then I've got to get off to the local garage. It's 2:30, so I need to unfortunately be moving on. So I think the last thing we're going to do, we're going to skip the blind tasting, I think, this time. Just I don't think we've got time. Yeah, I've got to get to the garage, so I've got to do that. So let's just... Now this I'm a bit more nervous about. These went in a very nice colour of green and a sort of nicely coloured purple shallots. They are now not. I'm actually worried about eating this. I'm not actually that super... Anyway, no, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Right, let's get it drained. Come on.
You need to drain it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, drain it, because I'm going to have to eat it in a week. Once you've opened it, you need to eat it quick.
Okay.
I think. Anyway, we're doing one jar, not the so that's Oh, let's open this. Well, it doesn't smell bad at least.
Oh, do you have to use the sieve?
No, I don't have to. Why are you worried it's...
Well, can you not just use the lid to like angle
Yeah,
and put it on
I'm
out?
sure.
What? I then into...
Oh, that didn't make any sense, did it? I'll drain that and wash that. What I've just done is poured the pickling liquid straight into the sink where I now need to do washing up, so now I need to wash the sink before I do the washing up. All in all, that was not my smartest move. And I may in fact be making a mistake. Maybe I was meant to keep this in the pickling liquid. I'm not sure.
Why didn't you check?
Because I'm pretty sure that you're not meant to, but now I'm doubting myself. So...
Did you read the recipe?
What, before I did this?
Yeah.
No. No, I did not. Right. So there is some residual pickling liquid, but we're going to... Let's just bring this over. And let's see how we get along. I'm genuinely nervous about this. Do I have to do this?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I do. Right, okay.
You made it. You're going to have to eat that whole jar.
Are you not going to have any with me?
Well, I want to see how it affects you first.
Okay. Right, so...
So what was in it? What went into it again?
What went into it is we had shallots here, which have lost their colour. We had mint leaves going. You obviously don't really want to eat them, so just put them to one side. Cucumber, we've had chilli going. There's juniper berries somewhere in here as well. Okay. Well, it doesn't smell off. Oh. Wow, actually that tastes delicious. That's really, I'm not just bigging ourselves up, that's really nice. I think maybe, for my own taste, I'd take the cucumber out sooner to give it a bit more crunch. But you're going to love this because you love vinegar.
Okay, I'll come try.
Right, Mrs. Al's coming over to give her verdict. Oh, I'm dead chuffed. Oh, marvellous. That's worked. Oh, excellent. Now, the only question is going to be, you swap over. Here's
Okay.
Mrs. Al's hand. Say hello to Mrs. Al.
Oh.
Right. There.
Oops. I don't want to just eat the skin bit. Is there
You
any
want me- hang
like
on, here we
proper
go.
cucumber?
Here's a proper cucumber
yeah.
bit. Hang on, there we go. Pardon my hands. Ready?
Oh, they do sort of. It looks like, because it's sort of the colour of a gherkin, right?
It is, yeah.
Because gherkins don't stay.
Bright green. They're
No.
not vivid green.
No, they don't stay green at all. They go to this sort
Yeah.
of colour, don't they? So
Yeah,
I guess in that way it's accurate. Oh my god, that smells strong. Okay. Oh.
Oh, too much.
Oh, it's strong.
I think a little is what's called for.
Oh. Yeah, it's a texture thing.
You're not a fan of the texture?
It's just too soft.
Maybe, because the recipe that we were using did say you could take it out earlier for preference, but we didn't know what our preference was.
A bit of salt on that
Well, here we are. Hang on. Let's
would
try
be
try
nice,
this on.
I think.
Do you know what would be nice? Some of that Vully vodka, actually. That would have been really good.
Oh, that's just too many strong flavours. Try it with some salt.
Right.
Can we halve this even?
Because we've got such long weeks, we found ourselves getting increasingly hungry. And let's try this with a bit of salt. Yes, just a little bit of salt does make a difference. Takes a little bit of edge off it. Takes some edge off it, but not enough to take away the
It's the texture. The only thing is the texture.
So we need to take it out earlier.
The kick at the end.
It gets you right in the throat. This. Whoa! I'm dead happy though.
You know what's strange though? Why is juniper put in it? I didn't get any juniper.
That is a good question. I'm going to look this up because the juniper's gone in the vodka as well.
Yeah, but no, juniper is what you put for gin.
So.
But I'm just wondering does it have a role in general pickling fermentation-y things?
Yeah. I'll have to look it up.
Because I'm not... Look, you can get a bit of freshness, maybe, of the mint.
Yeah, I mean...
At the end.
Because, I mean, I'm just looking at the top. So we've got the juniper there, and the mint... There's loads of mint.
I'm just wondering
there,
what the juniper brings to it.
But overall, I'm happy with that.
Okay, cool. Well, how many jars have we got to eat of that?
Lots.
Oh, God.
What a cheapest crap. Yeah, it gets you in the throat, but in a really nice way. So that's going to be going in an extra little snack tub.
So that goes in the fridge now, does it?
That now goes in the fridge.
And how long does it keep for?
That, I think, although I'll check for anyone that wants to follow along the recipe, I think it's 4 weeks.
What, in the fridge?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But I'll have a check, and I shall just put that on Instagram once we're done. Anyway, that, I think, as much as I would like to, I think, bat on and keep doing bits and pieces, I think I've got to get to the garage. And we have, in fact, done the curry, the chilli. You've actually, in the background, I'm going to show off because
it's in the jar.
So I love my my breakfast, courtesy of my wife, who makes it better now than I do, even though I started making it. It's just you're that good. Is my overnight oats, combination of oats and blueberries and chia seeds and almond milk, and many a lovely thing. And I used to make it, and I don't know what the difference is, but you make it better than I do. And we have that with yogurt and topped with homemade granola, which we made in the last video, which was great fun actually, and just off the hoof. But it was just oats and sesame seeds and goji berries and sultanas and anything we could find sprinkled on the top. So we've done all of that. We're going to tidy up, I think, after ourselves. I'm going to get off to the garage to go and fix the car. To anyone who's sat in the background just silently watching, hope you enjoyed. Joe, thanks for chatting with us. Hope we see you and Mr. Nosler again soon. I promise I am, in fact, on your side with the beans. I don't know where the Branston happened in my life, but I am now... What is it they say about the best fanatic is a convert? Or something like that. Anyway, so that's going to be us. We're going to have some news about computers soon, once they are made. And yes, because she's been here all along in the background helping me do this. Couldn't do it without her. So say goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from Mrs. Owl. So goodbye from us both. Joe and anyone else there, have a marvellous, marvellous Sunday and a lovely, lovely week. So toodaloo from us.
Bye.
Bye.